Welcome back. Today I'm going to plant up a pot with summer colour, and I'm going to use Osteospermum, which I know as South African rain daisies. They're also called African daisies, and they flower all summer long. So they provide a lot of colour for a long time. If you keep deadheading them, it will encourage it to flower more and more. They are frost tender, so they will be killed off by a harsh winter. But if it's a mild winter, they'll flower again next year. So I'm going to plant up this pot with the Osteospermum, and I'm going to take out the bulbs. These are spring flowering bulbs, and because I want this to be a permanent planting, because I'm hoping if the winter is mild enough that they'll flower year after year, the Osteospermum. So I'm actually going to remove the bulbs and discard the tulips, because I don't want to keep the tulips, but I've got daffodils in here and I'm going to keep the daffodils. So I'm just going to hoik them out and discard, I'll sort it out later, but I'm going to discard the tulips. They're coming out quite easily. In fact, I'm not going to keep any of those. And I'm going to put in a fresh layer of compost so that it keeps going through the summer, because they're very long flowering. So I'm just going to remove some of the compost into my trug. Very important to have fresh compost when you're planting up a different plant for a different season. So it has all the nutrients of the fresh compost. Now, Osteospermum like well-drained soil, so don't plant them in heavy clay. They also like sunshine, because they're from South Africa, lots of sunshine. So put them in a sunny position, don't put them in the shade, and they'll be very happy. So I think that's about right. And then I'm going to add some more compost. This is Rocket Grow, made in Somerset, and it's peat-free. Use a peat-free compost because it's good for the environment. Just pile it in. You might not want to show all this, James. This is a bit boring. Oh, this is work. And nowadays, the composts are so much better. They're much better quality, I think. And it's good that they're peat-free. Just get to a certain point. You want to leave a bit of room for watering, but Osteospermum are pretty drought tolerant. And so they don't need a lot of water, but they will need some. You can hear the birds singing, I hope. So let's just see what that's like. I don't want them to be too low because I want them to show. That's about right, isn't it? So just place, if you place first, then you get a sense of how many plants you need. Now these plants are actually going to get bigger, but I like a really full look. So I want them to expand and for the whole pot just be a mass of daisies. That's quite a lot of plants in there, but as I say, I love it looking full. And they are full of buds. There's going to be so much colour. Now, do I put one in the middle? I think I do. I think I'll put that one in there. Maybe. How's that? I was so excited by the daisies that I forgot to mention that I'm going to put in some trailers. And this is lobelia. It's a trailing lobelia. It's called Sapphire. It's a really good blue. And I'm going to pop it in around the edge so that there are curtains of blue, and then this lovely pinks, purples and whites, and then there'll be blue all the way around the edge. So I'm going to start planting, and you just want to squeeze the pot like so, and then just tickle out the roots a bit. Pop it back in, and just do that with each one. Just tickle out the roots and just rub the side so the roots are not so compacted, because they get compacted in the pot. But you can see they're full of buds. Last one. Pop that in there. Okay, now with the trailers, you want to pop one out. Same process, squeeze the actual packaging. These are a bit dry actually. They'll be fine once they're watering. There are two there actually. Gosh, there are lots in here. but I'm probably going to put 2 side by side. And you want to put the trailers, you want to plant the Osteospermum first and then put the trailers in, because the trailers will be planted at a shallower depth than the Osteospermum. How does it look?
It's lovely.
Ready to go? Okay. Get the compost in, pile it in. Sorry viewers, this isn't very interesting. But just take it a handful at a time and put it in between the plants. You're going to make a bit of a mess, but it doesn't matter. And you'll see there are gaps between them around the edge where I'm going to put the trailers. And I love lobelia because it flowers for ages. It's a fantastic trailer. And I love that particular blue, Sapphire. It's a very intense blue. Sometimes I just shake the pot to settle the compost. Little tip, and then just do that. And then think about your trailers. So there's one, but I'm actually going to use 2 side by side, I think. But then I'm a bit of a full planter, and just tuck them in. Don't plant them too deep, but deep enough to cover the roots. I am a bit guilty of putting lots of plants in, but I just love it when it looks abundant. But just whack them in. And I'm going to put some around this edge here. And choose the good ones. Choose the healthy looking ones. If you've got some of those are a little bit wee, and I'm just going to choose the nice big ones. And pop another one at the back, and then I'm done. Except I need to just put a bit more compost in. Don't forget the front of the plants. They've got to live in here all summer long, so they've got to be well planted. If you plant things well, you'll reap rewards because they'll be happy plants. So just ease the compost in, do the fronts of the pot around the rim. I like to shake it because that just settles it. So I'm going to water it next and give it a good drink. Before I water, I'm just going to brush off the rim of the pot just to tidy it up. Now lobelia, which are the trailers, are great in pots. They're also great in hanging baskets. And if you'd like me to do a video on hanging baskets, just drop me a comment and I'll do a video. I'm going to water now. And I think I'm going to take the rows off. I don't want to water the flower heads. I want to water in between. And give things a really good drink. Don't be nervous when you're watering. When you're watering something in that's just been planted, you really want to water it well, carefully, when you've got lobelias which are quite delicate. They need to establish, they need a good drink, and it will also settle the roots in. I might water this twice just to give it a good drink. Doesn't matter if you water the flower heads, but it's just better just to water the compost, water the roots. And I think that's about it. I'm happy with that. I have watered the flowers a little bit, but they will perk up, so don't worry if they look a little bit flattened, because as soon as you put them in the sunshine, they will just be glorious. So have a go with this pot. It'll give you a lot of colour all through the summer. Please like and subscribe, and keep up to date with my latest content. Thank you for joining me. Bye.